We're going to look at the methodology of strong win-win, and it boils down to 4 simple principles and 6 steps. And let's start with the principles. The first principle is it's not about winning the battle, it's about winning the war. It's not about winning the battle, it's about winning the war. Now, this might seem self-evident, but it's quite easy to lose sight of that when you're in the heat of the negotiation. So keep yourself focused on the big picture, what you're really trying to achieve, and don't let yourself get distracted away from that by the details. Don't lose the dollar because you're focusing on the cent, which doesn't necessarily mean that the detail is unimportant. Of course, the detail is important, but if ever there's a conflict between detail and big picture, it's the big picture that wins. I'll give a very simple example. Let's say it's a divorce negotiation and you're just haggling over the last few £100. Well, is that really important if it's holding everything up, and actually if you kind of settle, it'll enable you to close an episode and move on with your life? Perhaps that's what's most important. So that's just a simple example of keeping your focus on the bigger picture. The second principle is that in the world of human endeavour, 1 + 1 can equal 3. 1 + 1 can equal 3. And in actual fact, the whole of economic growth and the whole of human progress is built on that principle. You have a cow, I have a bull, together we've got a business. So what you want to be doing is thinking how you can work with the other party and combine your resources to create extra value. And then when you create that extra value, both parties are going to be better off. If you think about, let's say you're dividing a pie out between you and the other person, and if I want a little bit more of the pie, it's going to be at your expense. You're going to get less, so you're going to fight that. But if you want more of the pie, it's going to be at my expense, because I'm going to get less, so I'm going to fight that. How do we resolve this? Well, we create a bigger pie. If we bake a bigger pie, then both parties are going to be happy. So in the same, in your negotiation, think about how the two of you working together can create extra value, and then both parties are going to be better off. Now, the third principle is never be rude to the waiter. Never be rude to the waiter. You can call them over, you can shout at them, you can swear at them, you can say how the service has been appalling, and they will take it. That's their job. They'll take it, they'll apologize, they'll say, "I'm sorry, sir, I'm really very sorry, sir, it'll never happen again." And then they will go back into the kitchen and they will do something unspeakable in your soup. And you won't want to know about that. So similarly in a negotiation, if you push something through simply because you can, because maybe you've got the power, then what happens is they will find a way of evening things out. So maybe they'll put their junior on the job, or they will use cheaper material, or they'll cut corners, or they'll follow the spirit of the letter of the contract, but not the spirit of it. Whatever, they will find a way of evening things out, and you probably won't want to know about it. So never be rude to the waiter. Never use your power simply because you can. And then the last principle is be unmessable with. Be unmessable with. Never let them think they can get one over you, that they can take advantage of you, that they can bully you. Never give in. Never give in because they're being rude, because they're being aggressive, because they're trying to bully you, because they're banging the table and demanding this or that. Do give in if, for the bigger picture, it's the best thing to do. To get the win-win, it's the best thing to do, but never give in because they're bullying you. Now, that being unmessable with doesn't necessarily mean you have to be a bully back, you have to be aggressive back. It's not that. Never bully, but don't allow yourself to be bullied either. So these 4 principles are so fundamental to negotiation that we will keep referring to them as we go through the course.